I got afro. Hello. Like my afro, my dude? Welcome to my channel. I just wanted to wear afro today. How are you? How about that? I hope you're doing well today. And I'm a little off kilter, but that's okay. Let's get into it. Well. Prince Harry's Better Up initiative. I actually attended this event and I just kind of wanted to step back, check it out. I saw it come across my email and I was like, oh, work on your inner self. Okay, let's see what this is about. I mean, I'm always up for trying to better myself and work on my inner self. And that's what I did. So I checked out this whole Better Up initiative and I found some things about it that were interesting, good, but there's always this nagging little thing. There's just this really nagging little point about this company that seems to get in the way of me being able to actually take something away that's good and positive. And unfortunately, that is the Chief Impact Officer, Prince Harry himself. And I don't think it's just me. I think this is a problem for their company. I don't know how you could take someone, his history, his past, how he has become who he is overall, and put him in a position that is supposed to offer advice and impact and to really get people to understand what it is that he's trying to convey. It don't hit the mark at all. So what is Better Up about? What do they do? So we know that Prince Harry is serving as his Chief Impact Officer for personal and professional development for this organization. It helps to unlock your greater potential, purpose, and passion. What we believe that well-being and peak performance go hand in hand, and that through custom support and strengthening mental fitness, you unleash personal and professional support or professional potential. And the biggest problem I have with this is there's this constant struggle, support to help your inner self. But what is Harry actually doing to the other people in his bubble? He uses this word bubble to affect their inner strength and self. Going on Oprah, talking about your family on a global stage. How is this helping the people that you supposedly love when they are constantly tearing down and destroying other people's inner self? So how can I sit and enjoy this whole program that they had, knowing full well how this man and his wife are constantly trying to destroy their family members at the same time and affecting their inner self? One of the things that someone wrote on Twitter was really, really good, and I'm going to give a shout out to somebody right now, because it was like, this is spot on right here. This is spot on. This is from Royal Instablog. They are saying that they are absolutely tone deaf. It's Black History Month, and then you place one of the most iconic female black athlete in between two white men. You don't stop at that, but she is needing help to solve all of her life issues from one of the most privileged white men of his generation. And that's the thing. Prince Harry is so privileged. How can he possibly be able to relate to the struggles that most people have when trying to help their inner self? When he tells people to go just quit your job if you don't like it. If it's affecting your mental health, hey, look, go quit your job. Like, the ignorance of that statement in itself comes from someone that you would expect to come from because of how he grew up. Yeah, Prince Harry, you can just quit your job. Yeah, because you know what? It ain't going to affect you because you were born into privilege. But to people who are out there struggling to pay their bills, they take jobs that they don't want. News alert, because they need the money to pay their bills. They can't just quit their job. It just does not happen this way in the real world. Oh, but perhaps Prince Harry is only speaking about the privileged people that have those really high-end jobs, and they can afford to do maybe things like that because they've got a nice little cushion in the bank account, and they have the experience and job skills. They may have come from affluent families where they were just born into privilege to be able to get the best of the best jobs, went to the best of the best colleges, and opportunity is just knocking on their doors. And the reason why I have a problem with this is because I work with young kids who come from families that are so freaking dysfunctional that they are set up to fail the moment they are born, because they are born into the most impoverished, completely disadvantaged circumstances that they'll hardly ever get a leg up unless they find themselves in programs for such youth, or they may find a mentor, or they may have a teacher, or they may just get lucky by chance of meeting the right people that are going to help them. So trying to put this whole thing as a way to help better people in their inner self, you can't do this and have someone like Prince Harry speaking on behalf of this, because he can't appreciate the struggle that most people have to go through, because they can't just quit their jobs. They can't just try to focus on their inner selves and get by, because sometimes focusing on your inner self really wakes you up to how messed up your life is, and you just be like, dang, this is making it worse because I'm thinking about it all the time. He talked about self-awareness is better when you focus on your inner self, and I think Prince Harry really needs to focus on his self-awareness of how he's coming off to his family members. Does he not see how he is coming off when he completely destroys his relationships with his brother? The relationship that he had with his father, this book that he has coming out? How can you be about self-awareness being better when you work on your inner self and your self-awareness is completely off kilter? Like, you are completely off the radar with your self-awareness because of the stuff that you are doing in this very moment. So I do not understand how people like myself, who seriously wanted to attend this Better Up convention, summit, whatever you want to call it, and have people representing this Better Up initiative like Prince Harry, who are so off the mark when it comes to relatability. One of the things that they do in drug recovery, treatment, the best counselors for people who are coming out of addiction or who need help with coming out of addiction into those, when they have those interventions, are people and counselors who actually used to be addicts, those people that have gone through the struggle, because they are more likely to help other people who are going through the struggle. So Prince Harry is nowhere near being in a position to help people with their inner self and being committed to bettering their self-awareness and taking time to help with your own mental health, when he has been given everything his whole life. He grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. People waited on him hand and foot. How can he even talk about having some kind of sacrifice involved, or one of the things he mentioned, being schooled by the universe, when you don't listen to what's going on with your inner self? Well, the universe is trying to school Prince Harry on the poor decisions and choices that he has been making, he and his wife have been making. So I think they need to really get out there and be in a struggle to be respected. Like, they live so far above their means. Harry has been going to charities. I understand he has seen suffrage, but has he ever really suffered? Really? Has he ever been put in a position where he has been downtrodden when it came to his physical necessities of life? He can put himself in a position right now. Get rid of your titles. Get rid of all the privilege that you have from your family back over in the UK and start from the ground up. Don't take a job as the chief impact officer, but take a lower job. Stop introducing yourself as Prince Harry. Go by just Harry Windsor. Get just a basic job where you have to work your way up. Show people that you are willing to do the grunt work. You are willing to be out there in the trenches to start seeing what it's like for the average man, rather than visiting people who are going through the struggle. Because it's easy to go visit people who are going through the struggle and know that you're going home to your luxury. Yeah, I can do that all day. But are you willing to put yourself down where you have to really work hard to show people that you are willing to go there? They ain't willing to go there, he or his wife. They're living in a 16-bathroom mansion. They are criticizing their families. They are self-destructing every day with their choices because they want to tell people what to do, but yet they don't want to walk the walk and do what is needed to do to be respected, to earn your keep. So earn your keep. Get rid of your titles. Get rid of all the things that your royal family is giving you, because you're trying to make that separation from the privilege and saying, y'all bad. Look how y'all brought me up. I'm moving away. I'm going to go live my life over in America, and I'm going to do what I want to do and be independent, financially independent. Okay, yeah. And when's my allowance coming? Yeah. When am I going to get that meeting with so-and-so that don't know me, but I know they'll talk to me because I'm Prince Harry. The Queen Grandma is my grandmama. Like when are you going to just separate yourself from your privilege so people can really, really respect you? Okay. And as for Serena Williams, I like Serena Williams. I think she was very humble, but I don't jive with her saying that Harry is teaching her or learning from him. No, he is not learning you're not learning anything from him. You are being drawn into the viper of their deceit and deception by aligning yourself with him, because they have not done anything to show that they can be respected. Serena Williams has worked hard. She has come from the struggle. She grew up in the ghetto, but she worked her way really hard and came out of it. She is someone to be respected for hard work. Really, her father was the one that got that all going. So he is someone to be respected for how he brought his children out of poverty, the hard way, the right way, by hard work. Serena, humble yourself enough to know that you have what it takes to help other people like Harry get to where he needs to be respected. You don't stop at that, but she is needing help to solve all of her life issues from one of the most privileged white men of his generation. Like, how is he helping her to solve her life problems? I'm really stumped, and I don't want to be like mean, negative, but at the same time, I'm like, really? I think they're missing the mark. They're really missing the mark. And if you really want to do some good to help people, like help people be able to have their inner peace by supporting programs to help the less fortunate, because you're already fortunate and privileged. You having this big cheer fest for people who already got it going on to take time for yourself. And I just don't know how authentic that is. Like, are you really trying to help people that are struggling with finding their inner peace? Is this support for really privileged people? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to understand. People are suffering every day, and I just don't know that people who grew up with privilege are able to tell people who are less privileged how to have better mental health if they've never been there. It just missed the mark for me on that level. You know, one of the things he also talked about, he said life is a discovery. You'll find things that will make you uncomfortable, and you need to turn your negatives into positives and to make it work for you. And my whole challenge to Harry Windsor is to take the negatives that you may feel about your family, maybe what Megan feels about her family, what she sees as negative, and try to turn that into a positive for forgiveness. Your father at this point needs to be forgiven. Harry, you grew up with extreme wealth and privilege. I don't care what you try to make it sound like that you didn't have growing up. You had more than most people have in a lifetime. So you can't even begin to talk about that kind of thing because it just does not equate very well. And another thing he talked about was you need to have people help you see things around you a lot clearer to help you really understand that you need to take time for yourself. And do they ever really listen to people around them? I'm sure that his father, his brother, his grandmama have tried to talk to them like, what are you doing? What you doing? Like, do they ever try to listen to other people around them that are trying to give them the best advice, perhaps about his wife? Oh yeah, he ain't gonna listen to that, but he gonna tell you to listen. He gonna tell you to listen to people so you can have a better inner self. You know, I just cannot understand how people can take this man seriously. Most recently, it said that he's going to be getting $20 million for his book. Really, $20 million? And you're going to donate the proceeds if you make more than 20 million. Well, shoot, that's a luxury I love to have. Shoot. and I have real good inner self help, whatever. I listen to my inner self all day. If I knew I was getting $20 million for a book, it's easy. It's easy to do this stuff when you can sit back in the lap of luxury and just go, you know what? Go quit your job. Yeah, quit your job. If you're not feeling good, well, look, I'm the Chief Impact Officer. Quit your job. You ain't feeling good. I can see you struggling with your mental health. Quit your job, girl. That's what you need to do. Really, Prince Harry? No. So start doing the things that you preach, Harry. Yeah, you and your wife, start doing it and make your struggle real so people can respect you. People can't respect you right now because what does the queen, what do they say? Never complain, never explain. Like, don't complain, don't explain nothing. You can't do that. You're not in a position to do that. Wake up and recognize that, Harry Windsor.